The coppers booted us out, yeah? They boot us out of the Nobel Peace Centre. Granny goes totally garrity and starts booting the window of the Nobel Peace Centre, going, "You Norwegian."
Who would you put onto the cover? And this is great because I think at the moment it's, I don't know, I think it's neck and neck, isn't it? We've done.
No, we've done this a million times. I'm ahead. Because he's emphasised, you remember.
Bill's leading.
Like, if you remember, you didn't even give me a go. I had to remind you that I had a go.
I was just that everyone goes out and watches Legends. It's got the most incredible music and it's genuinely edge of your seat, gripping thriller that is based upon a true story.
Anyone, who? Don't look at me like that. He's putting me off, Kate. Ben's trying to put me off. This is Exploded, the podcast for men who really should know better by now. I'm Tim Southwell, co-founder of Loaded magazine, and also the author of Getting Away with It, the story of Loaded. I'm joined as usual by my erstwhile editors-in-chief, Bill Burrows and Ben Marshall. Hello, chaps.
Hello. Bill's in Manchester, and Tim and I are in sunny Brighton.
Finally, this to back up the claim of favouritism. You've moved in together and now sleeping in the same bed. Like
we haven't actually moved in together. We're having this kind of.
I thought you said we were going to.
Well,
you didn't promise.
Just talk things out first with the mutual one.
I come back with you two,
and then we just move in together.
Yeah, he's changed his mind.
It's no, I'm not changing my mind, honestly. Well, I am a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, can we just get on with the podcast, please? Let's not talk about our thing.
We're not in Brighton anyway. We're in Lindfield in West.
We are very close to Brighton. Dirty weekend territory.
Okay.
I've been kept hostage. Go on.
Setting the scene. It's now December 1994. Loaded is 7 months old, and quite frankly, we're knackered. It's been a long 7 months, and probably you're talking about a year and a half really leading up to it. So what do? We have a party to celebrate almost the first year, and we just hope that a load of showbiz types will turn up. The list of people that did turn up was quite impressive, really. Paul Weller, Damon Albarn, Justin Frischman, Phil Daniels, Les Ferdinand, Harry Hill, Nick Hayward, Sadie Frost, Jamie Redknapp, and Paul Smith, the fashion icon. Just to name a few. So that was what we did. We had a lovely time. You went, didn't you?
Yeah, I did go, yeah.
Did you go, Bill, to that?
Yeah. I'd just come back that day from my first foreign job for Loaded, which was the going down the Crest of Ud. I mean, we didn't have a toboggan, yeah. So yeah, it was exciting times. I've just come back from my first foreign job. It was great.
Yeah. I don't know. What a way to land straight into that. It was kind of it was a madhouse, wasn't it? We just didn't realise it showed again the sort of impact that the magazine was having, and people wanted to hang out with us or other people that were famous. Anyway, we obviously weren't famous.
I think every drink helped as well.
Yes, exactly. There were a lot of free drinks here and canapes, as I remember. Small burger type things. I'm not sure I agree with them.
But I actually quite like your small burger.
Do you?
But anyway, let's move on.
Okay, so getting to Christmas or December through December is quite difficult for people working in any business, really, because of all the parties you've got at Christmas, throughout December, end of November.
Speaking of the media as well, because it was, let me just explain something, because the media basically starts looking forward to Christmas
in a
really, about October, I would say. November, it starts going mental. And then after that, it goes totally crazy. And then everyone needs a month off.
Yeah. So basically, we didn't have anything really for this issue. Well, we thought we didn't, because we were kind of dehydrated and confused. But in actual fact, one of our best issues, really. I mean, at that time, we have Uma Thurman on the cover.
Yes, we do.
We haven't got a copy of the bag. Bill's the only one that's allowed to have one. We had to print this out. It probably cost more than buying one. So Uma Thurman's on the cover, also inside, and this kind of leads to a theme for this episode, which is basically rebels, and specifically women rebels. So we're talking Uma Thurman, Milla Jovovich, Louise Werner from Sleeper, the band, all of whom, in one way or another, were very rebellious and very talented at what they did. Also in the issue elsewhere were Keith Allen, Vic Reeves interviewed Phil Oakey from Human League, EMF, and Saint and Greavesy, plus Robbie Fowler and Steve McManaman, the footballers, who ended up getting into a lot of trouble with that interview because they talked quite a lot about fucking and going out and stuff like that.
And here's the interesting thing about all of these people, right? Which every single one of those people that Tim's just listed are in their own way rebellious. The thing about, say, Vic Reeves is that Vic Reeves took what were kind of like accepted sort of tropes of comedy and everything else and completely subverted them, him and Bob did. And I think every single person we got in this particular issue is a real genuine rebel.
Do you know who else is in this issue? And Bill, you've worked with him many times over the years. Grant Fleming, who was a photo journalist, reportage guy, who does a story about a total eclipse in Chile, and it's absolutely brilliant and it looks amazing. And if anybody is a rebel,
my God, if anyone's a rebel, Grant is a rebel. Grant
Grant had the most extraordinary journey from being on the terraces, being a naughty boy with that West Ham in the 80s, to becoming an anti-apartheid campaigner. And if you've ever been on a job with him, it's a force of nature.
Yeah,
I remember once I think we were in Mexico City, and we were trying to get some food. It was late at night, and they weren't answering the phone in the hotel. So I went down to the kitchen, and they shut the kitchen. So I came back and told him to shut the kitchen, and he picked up the phone and threw it through the window, which wasn't open.
Wait, that sounds quite a lot like.
I thought you were going to say he spoke Spanish because he speaks fluent Spanish.
Can I just hear you a story about?
He was hungry, obviously. Yeah.
Can I just tell you a story about Grant and the Nobel Peace Prize?
Oh yes.
Have we got time for this?
Yeah, we have. Go for it.
All right. So top and bottom is like Tim sends me and Granty out to interview Al Gore, who's about to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, right. And so Tim insists that rather than flying, we should go fucking carbon neutral, which from the UK, by the way, to get to Norway is an incredible pain in the arse. Yeah. So we're going on sleeper trains. We're doing all sorts of stuff, right? We get to fucking Norway, and we don't know when. And Tim's supposed to organise like when we actually get to see Al Gore and everything else. Of course, like typical fucking fashion, right? Nothing's been organised. So what happens is that me and Grant turn up outside the Nobel Peace Centre every single evening, yeah, waiting for Al Gore to turn up, right? We're standing there. It's like 2 evenings on a trot now, 3 evenings on a trot, yeah? Al Gore pulls up with all the fucking Secret Service men with the little, the little radios they're talking to like that, yeah? Right? And they're walking on this massive red carpet and there's loads of security guys with guns and everything else. And Granty goes like, just jump over the ropes and we'll follow him in. I go, fuck off, Grant, we'll get shot, yeah? He goes, no, it'll be fine, don't worry. So we jump over the ropes, yeah? And we get into the fucking Nobel Peace Centre, right? Everyone else is in ties, dicky bows, evening dresses. Me and Granty standing there, Adidas Originals and Fila tops, yeah? Right? I go, we stand up, I saw fucking fun, mate. He goes, don't worry about it, I'm sorted, yeah? Right? These 2 fucking Norwegian coppers come over and I go like, what are you 2 doing in here? Granty pulls out a BBC by compliments card, yeah? Right? He'd been sent a book, he goes, BBC, mate, now fuck off, yeah? So the fucking coppers booted us out, yeah? They boot us out of the Nobel Peace Centre. Granty goes totally garrity and starts booting the window of the Nobel Peace Centre, going, you fucking Norwegian bang, bang, bang. I'm going, Granty, this is not a good idea. Honestly, Al Gore's in there and they got guns. Put him away, all settled down. We didn't get the story, by the way, just in case you're interested.
You got a picture of the side of his head, I remember.
It was actually a very good picture.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so that's an excerpt from Grant's very colourful, dramatic, and
I have a very, very quick one. I have another quick one with that. We were in Cuba doing a job. It was something else in South America. I can't remember where. And we convinced the police to take us on a drug raid. How we did that, I don't know. But Grant will have organised if he speaks.
Is it Grant?
And we got on the drug and we went to this house and kicked the door. The police kicked the doors and we followed them in. And we soon realised that we were the only people not wearing bulletproof vests. Because drug dealers had bulletproof vests on, and the police. That's the kind of mess that kid can get you into.
Yeah, I got a few.
Bill, this is really interesting. You should mention this, yeah? Because every single story that emerges about Grant, yeah, you always think, I really wish I'd had a bulletproof vest. Whether it's the Nobel Peace Center or invading or taking over someone's drug den in fucking Cuba or wherever you were.
Okay, back to our cover star, Uma Thurman. These cover lines, which we'll put on the screen for you, this kind of says a lot about what the magazine was thinking of itself at the time and the amount of swagger and confidence that we had. So rather than putting actual proper cover lines on about, you know, Milla Jovovich being interviewed, etc., it says, just all the usual juvenile breast-obsessed rubbish about biscuits, girls, football, beer, and music, etc. And then on the lines underneath, it says, you know what we mean, loads of sad alcoholic sportsmen, some bit part actress unclothed, a fat scouse bastard in Mexico, an unemployable comedian, some cheap drug references, and the sodding internet column. Which, Bill, you've got something to say about this.
But just hold it up hold it up again, Tim. Hold it up again, Tim, because the beauty of it is, I'd totally forgotten about this, and I didn't notice until that age. They look like perfect cover lines until you actually.
Yeah.
You've got something about the internet, haven't you, that you want to talk about?
I have, you know, it really does date what we're talking about here. There's a tech column at the back of the magazine, a thing called the Headless Handbook, and within that there was a section on technology, which, as anybody who's ever worked with us will be able to vouchsafe, we know nothing about still. But this was loaded, trying to explain to our readers about the internet. Now, bear with me, I'll just do a quick glasses change.
So there weren't many websites when we launched, were there?
No, the word. Here we go. Here we go. Email is a general term for messages that are sent from computer to computer. If you're only connected to one other computer, say at work, you can send messages and you have an email facility. Email on the internet is very similar, but you're connected to millions of other computers, not just one. And then it says here, what it says a bit, best bit, about subscribing to people. It's a right pain in the arse. If you subscribe to a load of places, each time you want to get your email from Cityscape, if you have stacks and stacks of text to download, transfer from them, it can take a very long time. Loaded, we make sure we get all our new email once every 2 or 3 days. Otherwise, you're on the phone, modem, waiting for anything up to 25 minutes. Wow.
That is unbelievable, isn't it? We're talking 1994 here.
We weren't even being ironic, by the way.
No.
That was helpful.
Yeah, this was actually useful because none of us knew what an email was.
Do you know what we should do? We should put this at the bottom of the podcast. Like email.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's have a social though, because it is fascinating that.
Let's have a little chat about Uma Thurman. Why was she a great cover choice?
In my view, or in Bill, you go first, mate.
Oh, is she coming off Pulp Fiction at this point?
Yes, she is.
Yes, the Pulp Fiction was like the big event of '94, wasn't it? So we got this at the end of '94 with Uma Thurman. So yeah, she was big then, really huge.
She's not that normally beautiful, is she? She's just not hardly any makeup on. It looks like just gorgeous, you know. And when you actually get into the interview, there's some weird stuff in there. I know we're talking about rebels. I think I'm right in saying that her mum, before she had her, was married to Timothy Leary.
That's right.
Tuning out, drop off, whatever it is. You know, that was madness. And I can't remember what her dad did. It was something fascinating.
Yeah. And she was obviously married.
His mum was a Swedish model, that's right, who turned psychotherapist when she was in her 50s. Yeah, but she married to Gary Oldman. She just left Gary Oldman at this point, hasn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she had. Yeah.
Yeah, because in our first manager with Gary Oldman in the first issue, he describes her as being like perfection, like an angel. He said it's impossible to be married to an angel because she's just that incredible a person. You can't live up to it. That was his excuse probably for getting off with loads of other women. But
so 7 months ago, he's on the first cover of the first issue of Loaded, and by this stage he's divorced.
Yeah.
Was there's a connection, or
he moves fast? Anyone that goes on the cover of the mag is doomed.
Well, to be honest, it wasn't very long lived the marriage, was it? It was less than a year, so possibly right on time.
Hollywood marriage.
And great actress as well.
So the thing about her is that she, you know, you're right. both of you to mention her kind of extraordinary background and extraordinary parentage. But the amazing thing as well is that when push came to shove, she was one of the people that exposed Harvey Weinstein, and so and also she was one of the people that I mean, it's a kind of sad and depressing story in many ways, yeah. But when she exposed him, she thought that her friend Quentin Tarantino would stand by her. In actual fact, he didn't do so. He later apologized for that, by the way, and she accepted his apology, which is very noble of her. But it was amazing how Weinstein said, if you him having kind of really approached her in the most revolting way, and she turned him down clearly, and he said, "Your career's finished," and it kind of was for a while. It kind of it stalled because of her having the guts and the courage and the decency to stand up to this appalling human being.
As did all the other women. And
There were a whole bunch of women that did.
It's a long list, isn't it?
It's long
Very famous people.
And
Heather
can I-
Graham.
Heather Graham's there. I mean, there's astonishing. There is a play, by the way. I mean, I'll go into this a little bit more. But
This guy's worked something for Sophistication Station.
I will go there. Sophistication.
There's a new feature coming up in a bit called Sophistication Station. Okay, and now it is time for Smiley Face, Platinum Rogues. Although this month it's going to be
Historical rogues.
yes, which is 2,000 years of trouble and strife, featuring people who can't sue us because they're all copped it.
They're all brown bread, but not all of them actually. Not all of them. I think Ollie Reed back then was still alive.
He was still alive then. Yeah,
He was still alive back then, so he's in there. He is actually the only person that was alive back then, because we are talking about Beau Brummel, the king of the mods, but brown bread. We're talking about Rasputin, Rasputin, Russia's favourite love machine. I actually, by the way, that would be the last thing I would actually when reviewing Rasputin. If I had been Boney M, I would have thought that's not the first thing that comes to mind.
So the top three are the Earl of Rochester. Number 2 is Rasputin. Number 3 is Casanova. Number 4 is Attila the Hun. Number 5 is Aleister Crowley. So I don't know if you want to read.
All right, okay, look. What I think about this, right? I'm not going to read it all out, but I would say you've got Beau Brummel there as well at number 12, yeah. And look, Rasputin is an appalling human being. He probably should not be in Rogues, right? Because he's too horrible. Beau Brummel, on the other hand, who was the innovator of clothing and one of the kind of like the precursors of
The original
stripped down mod culture, but also a very naughty boy, definitely number 1. Casanova again, I'll put him in. Attila the Hun.
Why was Casanova in though?
Well, Casanova was in there for saying like that
I just think
he was there because he loved
Ladies.
ladies, yeah, or a bit too much. Casanova, fine, yeah. Aleister Crowley, I think, fine too. Attila the Hun, I mean, it's a bit like putting Hitler in there, isn't it? It's not a rogue. It's a rascal. Worse than a rascal, yeah. He's actually Hitler's worse than a rascal, obviously. I'm not suggesting that Hitler's
What it's still, but
Hitler was, yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, and obviously, and what I found interesting is that Oliver Reed is the only present day, the person at the time was actually everyone else is Brutus, Caligula, Henry VIII, the Earl of Rochester, Casanova, Attila the Hun, Aleister Crowley. Yeah.
Right, what are we doing a rogue for a current rogue? Are we doing that?
No, it's the current rogue, and I got one.
I think Bill's got one.
I've got one as well.
Yeah, go for it, Bill.
Go.
Well, I don't know. It's Chris Kavanagh, the referee in the Arsenal West Ham match.
Oh,
Whichever idiot was on VAR.
yes.
Because
I
they
think it's
cheated City possibly out of a championship. It stopped Tottenham going down probably, and maybe sent West Ham down. I mean, there's 3 crimes straight away. What an idiot!
Yeah, it was pretty mad, wasn't
But
it?
is he a rogue or an idiot?
Well, it's not an either or, is it?
No, well, look, okay, so mine, I think, look, no disrespect to you, Bill. You know I love you, yeah? Kash Patel, the present head of the FBI, yeah? The most important law enforcement officer in the USA, continuously caught, pissed out of his fucking mind. So it was alleged a week ago, yeah? Or probably be 3 weeks ago by the time you watch this, yeah? That he was so drunk in his office that they had to use a professional battering ram to knock down the door to check he was still alive. This is right. He also takes his missus away, who happens to be a pop singer of some sort, yeah, right? Takes her away everywhere, right? And have you clocked his minces? Has anyone clocked his minces, right? His pupils appear to be
for English people,
from each other.
people.
Mince pies.
His eyes. His eyes.
Yeah. His eyes, yeah, his eyes. His pupils appear to be escaping. They start about here, right? And the more pissed he gets, right, the more they be. The last time I saw him on telly, they were practically in his fucking temples, Bill. But looked like a fucking
You've missed the key crime, Ben. You missed the key crime. He turned up for a congressional meeting, I think it was, with a Liverpool tie on. A Liverpool FC, the head of the FBI.
Ahead of the FBI. Can we just mention the incident which you will recall better than I will, Bill? Can we recall the hockey thing at the Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
When he leapt around with cans of lager with the hockey team.
Still not supposed to wear a Liverpool tie.
All right, but who's the biggest rogue? Kash Patel.
Well, well, it's the league table. I'll give you Kash Patel.
Yeah.
Tim.
Well, no, I'm staying out of it. I've got enough on my plate trying to keep you two apart. Okay, so that's the rogues. Are we finished with rogues?
We have finished.
Okay, so the feature that we wanted to chat about was Milla Jovovich. Now, just as a bit of background, I think that's the best photograph we ever took in Loaded. The Chris Floyd photo shoot he did impromptu when we were around a flat in New York. Now, I don't know how we got invited around there, but we spent most of the day there, and Floyd did this amazing photo shoot with Milla Jovovich, which she pretty much directed herself, and it involved great big.
No, you're in her flat. She's invited you round to her flat.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how or why.
Yeah, I must know some of them.
Must a friend of a friend. So it's me and James, Adam Black, and Floydie. And Floydie says, "Can I take some pictures of you?" Wasn't arranged particularly, and it ends up with this amazing shoot.
No,
no lighting or anything like that. It was just done on
different times.
And then I got told off by Milla herself for skinning up on her 1950s Playboys. She said, "Not on the Playboys, please."
Right.
And she's quite so please don't edit that, by the way. Just leave the whole thing, because like you cannot have "not on the Playboys" as a little. You know perfectly well what I mean. Not on the.
I wasn't really reading the Playboys. I was just using it as a.
Don't even talk about what you were using it for. It's quite disgusting.
Anyway, so we had a lovely day with her, and anyway, and eventually, this was probably 3 or 4 months after we went out to New York, because we just decided we were bored and we'd go to New York, and we wanted some proper food because we were in the IPC canteen at the time, which was where we worked, and and we were having a crap lunch again, and we decided to go to New York. The company, the sweets company, yes, go and get some food. Yeah, and eventually we had to kind of make it, a valuable trip. So
that's how. By the way, kids, if you're listening, yeah, that's how desperate it was in the 90s. In order to get a decent meal, you had to fly to New York, yeah? Business class.
Yeah, where was Milla Jovovich then? Was she serving food or something?
No.
Oh no. God, don't be so sick.
We had a meal the day before. We didn't go straight round there as soon as we got there.
I'm just so confused.
Anyway, she was lovely, but she was quite scary in a way, and a real rebel, as in tune with the rest of this.
No, she gives the journalist a proper.
She does, doesn't she? What does she say to him?
Yeah, it's a couple of things.
Okay, so this is an excerpt from Milla's.
A couple of things, actually. That's quite astonishing.
Yeah, so this is one thing she says. This is a pull quote. "You just put yourself in that kennel, male dog. I'm only 19. How could you lust after me?" Fair play to her.
No, fair play.
Yeah.
She kicks back.
Just literally a slap round the chops.
But her background actually is as interesting as Uma's background, because she's got this kind of extraordinary sort of bohemian parentage that sort of pushed her, and she ended up being, I think her first cover was being on the cover of High Times.
High Times, yeah, the marijuana.
So marijuana cover, right? And she was a sort of big celebrator of the construction of drugs.
The European aspect of that, do you think it's the European aspect of their parentage, both of them, that sets them aside from the usual Hollywood, crew?
I think so. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Really,
Not really sophisticated, but they've got different influences.
602. I'd love to think so anyway. That's what I would love to.
So the journalist says she says, you see me smoking pot in some films. You see me on the cover of High Times. You think that girl smokes a lot of pot. She exclaims in mock horror. And I think everything in moderation, clearly not. You shouldn't abuse it and you shouldn't get totally immobile on it. Well, I agree with that.
Yeah,
If you tend to just waste your time and smoke all day, that's ridiculous. I'm a very busy person.
She looks quite stoned in the photo.
Yeah, she is stoned. Because I've been skinning up on her Playboys, haven't I? I don't really have time to a chance to relax. It's definitely well deserved. It's probably not a very good justification for the parents of the world. But for me, I think once in a while, oh, you've scribbled all this out, you buttock.
Okay.
I suppose we can go with that one.
Well, what? I agree. That's shocking, that.
Well, that's brought that feature to an end, isn't it?
I think I trust me.
I think we need to take a. I think we need.
Don't allow me anywhere near a highlight.
We need to pause for breath. We need Car Park and his curious corner of captivating quotations. Hit it, Car Park.
Hello there. I'm Car Park. Yes, that's right. Welcome to Car Park's curious corner of captivating quotations. I shall read excerpts from Getting Away With It, the real inside story of Loaded, by Tim Southwell. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I shall begin. Now, who said? I've just been reading Loaded. I was laughing my bonnocks off. That would be Sir Michael Caine.
Okay, thank you, Car Park. As usual, that your little addition is very welcome. Next up, we have Planet of the Vapes, where we try to understand Gen Z's and make fools of ourselves often. I've got one. I know Bill's got one. I'll go first, if that's okay, Bill. I'm going to celebrate Gen Z's in a massive way for the return of the Clark Gable moustache. They are rocking moustaches. 24-year-olds, 22-year-olds. My daughter's boyfriend, Andrew's got one, and he looks ace. And it reminds me of a story about my granddad, who had a proper Clark Gable moustache, which was like, almost like a pencil drawing, not very thick. Anyway, he had it all his life, all his married life. And one day he shaved it off when he was about 65. And my grandmother didn't notice. That's all, right? So the days start to go past and she hasn't said anything to him at all. And he's starting to get a bit more annoyed about it. And eventually he confronts her and he says, look, can you not see that there's something different about me? And then she kind of recoils back slightly. She goes, oh, you're trying to grow a moustache? And I think that's when he had to down tools after that. But I think the Clark Gable and the Clark coming back is absolutely golden.
You know what? Can I just say, though, when you started that anecdote, when you started the anecdote, right, and it's always terrifying when you're talking about moustaches that relate to the 1930s. Because you think my grandpa would be going, please, Tim, not the toothbrush moustache. Please, God, no. And the relief that flooded over me when it was just another Clark Gable and not the famous Hitler.
Okay, Phil, you got one, haven't you?
Harry, you kind of stole me thunder a little bit there. I was thinking about the perms that they've got. Yeah, no, they're basically they're trying to look like Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Yeah.
They've developed stuff. They're wearing the snow wash jeans, and they've also got those cat wigs.
Yes. They're a beautiful thing. I think they've got a certain. Do you think they're about
going back there's a parcel handlebar moustache, because that's even gone out in gay circles now.
It's a pattern moustache.
It's a parser. It's a parser.
Not sure about that.
And a handlebar, you know, the big.
What about the full-on Magnum?
I did not know about that. Tell me about that moustache, Bill. I want to know.
I can show you a picture of me.
I can't even that, guys.
With
We've got
that
quiet.
Oh, the Magnum. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. The Magnum moustache, yeah.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck, yeah. No, no, that's probably still actually available.
They're not the ice cream.
No, thank you, Bill.
Actually, we've had a Planet of the Vapes messaged in from one of our listeners.
Go on.
So Joey in Shoreham has nominated voice texting. He hates it. He says it's the most abhorrent, deepest thing that only serves the person that sends it. And I hope you just
It's a very, very interesting thing, but I'm not sure that. I mean, look, I don't. I've never.
Kate does this.
Do you?
Our producer Kate does this.
Okay.
I don't mind though, Kate, because you're.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, given the fact that I've never known a generation vape that actually even makes a phone call, much less leaves a message. I find that kind of hard to believe it actually exists.
Oh, it does, yeah. And I've heard my kids making phone calls or receiving phone calls.
Really?
WhatsApp, probably. Yeah. I think it's okay. I don't particularly.
My missus does it.
One in here, right? Quick one, yeah. Just on a positive note,
Yeah.
right?
Old man shouting at the clouds again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because on a positive note, right? I think that the generation that I'm looking at now are smarter. Wouldn't be hard actually. Smarter than I've got yet, but they're smarter and they're more decent and they're more polite and they're more thoughtful than I think I ever was. Yeah.
Well, that's you, though.
I mean, can you? No, I know I'm a pig, right? But I mean, you know, I'm vaguely representative of everybody else.
Oh, I think you're right. And when they get slagged off for being snowflakes, and stuff like that.
I hate generation.
That's nonsense.
And one of the big things I really hate is when the Daily Mail, Richard Little Drip or something, yeah,
Yeah.
Richard Little, yeah, Richard Little, definitely a little bit starts going on about the fact that if all you needed to do was you just need to sacrifice your Netflix account, yeah, and then you'll be able to have a deposit for a house or something, yeah. So £84 a year, £84 a year. So in about 40 years, you might have a few grand. Thank you, Richard. Who's still, but does the live in? Anyway, let's move on.
Well, we could use about half a second of that, but that's brilliant.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Let's crack on.
You've got to stop swearing, Ben. You're No, you're not. Okay, now on to possibly our favourite feature of the week. Fly me to the Mars, where each week one of us nominates somebody to send to Mars on a one-way ticket. So far, we have Elon Musk, Morrissey, and Michael Owen. And the idea is that we are creating a kind of community up there. They can't come back, so they're stuck with each other. And each person that goes up there is incrementally making things worse for everybody. It's not like you're chucking the most obvious people in there every time. But Ben, it's up to you. Now I know you've got a bit of a blockbuster this week.
I've got several people that I wanted to nominate, but then Sharon Osborne, the manager of Ozzy Osbourne, the singer of Black Sabbath, who I met several times actually and seemed to be a relatively normal and decent woman, has just decided to join Tommy Robinson on some sort of fascist march and is actually promoting it on her dreadful social media stuff. So I'm thinking Sharon Osborne, but I think it's unfair to Sharon to actually put her in the same glass igloo as Morrissey, Michael Owen,
Because they're men.
because they're men and they're horrible.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be fair, is it?
No, I'm not talking about fair. I'm just saying, look, they're like she can be in a separate igloo, separate glass igloo, recycling her own feces, right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and
Using her own.
and then maybe if we find another annoying woman companion for her, we can send her up too.
Well, any nominations, please send them in. Email. What's their email?
Our email.
I think that two igloos should be allowed to mix at least once a month because they really.
I like that, Bill. I like that a lot.
I have a mixer. A Mars mixer.
I do like, I like that a lot. I like it.
So there you go.
Okay.
She's gone. She's gone
She's
to
gone.
Mars. She's gone to Mars. Right, we have a brand new feature now. This is called the Sophistication Station, which was invented for loaded by
The glorious Chris Sullivan.
yeah, the great Chris Sullivan. And yeah, so we're gonna basically it's something that we think we should all listen to or look at or whatever.
What Chris was absolutely brilliant now, and Chris still is brilliant now, is he is a lover of high culture and low culture and pop culture and he just knew how to combine it all perfectly. But he always picks something really individual, really unique, and recommends something that when you read his columns, you always felt you came away richer. You came away. So look, I'm going to suggest something. If that's okay, chaps, I'm going to suggest that everyone goes out and watches Legends, and the reason for that is the Netflix series that stars Steve Coogan and Tom Burke, and actually it's uniformly brilliant. Every single actor is uniformly brilliant. It's set in this bizarre. It's set in the early 90s, kind of loaded time. It's got the most incredible music. Happy Mondays, Jesus and Mary showing, Stone Roses, absolutely fantastic music, and it's genuinely edge of your seat, gripping thriller that is based upon a true story.
What's the premise of it?
Okay, so the premise is this. The premise is, right, that towards the end of the Thatcher administration, the economy is going quite badly, and she decides she's going to launch a war on drugs.
Well, as the kind of decoy.
Essentially as a decoy, right? And she decides to put customs and excise in charge of this. Part of the reason for that is bizarrely because customs and excise have more power than the police and more power than anybody else. However, they're not trained like police people or anything. They're just regular people. So they get this group of people that were essentially like they were people that were kind of busting people for kind of like small time pornography offences or importing dodgy alcohol or cigarettes or something. They get this group of people together and they essentially ask them to infiltrate the biggest drug gang in Europe, which is this Turkish drug gang based in North London, which then turns out to
what could possibly go wrong?
Which then turns out to be related to a drug gang in Liverpool. And it's the height of the smack epidemic. We all remember the kind of like heroin screws you up campaigns, all of that sort of stuff.
Just say no.
And the just say no stuff, right? And
Zamo did. Has anybody seen Zamo lately?
The incredible thing about it is it gets the music right, it gets the clothes right, it gets the times right, it gets the accents right. It gets the fact that Londoners back then, back in those days before the internet, a Londoner would look distinctly different to a Mancunian. A Mancunian would look distinctly different from somebody that came from Leeds. Youth culture was based upon what was happening locally to you and not what was an Instagram post. And it gets all of that beautifully right. And the acting is uniformly
story about
superb.
I can say a story about that. I remember going down to White Hart Lane with City. It's probably 89. And I need to double check. 89, we came up in 89 from the 70s. So we went down to White Hart Lane, and obviously a lot of the City fans were wearing flares and baggy tops. And as we were walking down Seven Sisters Road, all the Cockneys were laughing.
Yeah.
And the next year we went down, they were all wearing the same stuff.
Yeah. These, oh, look.
Where's Ben gone?
Yeah, he went because Sophie, my lovely wife, has just delivered me the lights that I was supposed to be putting on the phone so you could see me. They just arrived. I'm not going to bother doing it now. Doesn't seem to be any point. But there you go. Classic loaded bollocks, isn't it?
But yeah, look, I think Chris's idea with Sophistication Station was always to hopefully, whether it was something new or something old, to just give people an idea of something that we should all be interested in. Now,
got it. Well, where can they watch Legends? Where can we get that?
We can watch it, or you can watch it. Legends can be watched on Netflix. The whole series is out right now. It was only released a couple of days ago. It is, by the way, I've just clocked it on Netflix. It's already #1. It's going to turn out to be, It's written by this guy Forsyth, who's written loads of other great drama too, and it's going to turn out to be the most popular drama of this year.
Yes, and can I just make one point very clear? That Ben is in no way whatsoever on the payroll of Legends at all. He is not getting any money, as far as we know.
Although in his own way, he is a legend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay, boys, I've got something for you now. You love this bit.
So,
sell me the cover. So if we're going to do a cover today, basically, who would you put onto the cover? And this is great because I think at the moment it's, I don't know, I think it's neck and neck, isn't it? We've done, but
no, we've done this a million times. I'm ahead because last time you remember.
Bill's leading.
If you remember, you didn't even give me a go. I had to remind you that I had a go.
I mean, I thought I was the no, I'm not.
Bob Mortimer.
Because apparently, Tim actually
Think of naming people who are already in the issue. We're talking
I'm
about
impartial. I
Tim actually, despite the fact that when you speak impartiality, so I'm actually going with a whole cast of
moderator. No, you can't do that. Can you do that?
well, you can't. What, a whole cast of Legends? You
All right, okay,
Tom,
Tom's
no, go with what you said. We did it with Sunset Beach. Do you remember? We had a big gatefold cover and a video slapped on the front of the cover. It was terrible. Don't know whose idea that was. So, Phil, what's your...
Okay. What happens if it turns out it is on the payroll of Legends?
Well, we'll have to take action, won't we? Yeah, he's bringing the game into disrepute at that point.
Oh, you won't.
What do you mean, take action?
No, okay. Well, I'm going for Daniel Dubois.
Oh, the boxer who just beat Anthony Yarde.
Well, I do like that. I think
Yeah.
that's a good cover.
Got off the canvas twice in the first round.
Obviously not as good as my gatefold.
Yeah.
One of the best fights in recent times, and no one's got a good interview out of him yet, properly.
No.
But I think we could.
Really? Then he bashed up and Joshua, didn't he?
You know, Tyson's fighting AJ. I mean, Tyson Fury, whatever. Should have happened 5 years ago.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
First
agree.
guy, world champion.
I agree.
Got a chance.
What did you say again?
I said the whole Legends.
I think basically, at the risk of actually us all ending up in court, I'm going to give this to Daniel Dubois. Definitely the cover for Unfit this week. Another one for Phil.
4-2.
4-2, is it?
4-2.
You better.
I do. I appreciate that, Bill. But oh, by the way, could I just nominate again Scott Galloway?
No, leave it. Stop. You're never going to meet him. I let it go. Okay, look, it's time for a final look at the issue, and that's then we're coming towards the end of the show. So, just a couple of favourite things you want to talk about.
I've got two.
Bill, you go first, please.
I've got two. One, I don't know whether I'm responsible for this, as we probably were for the breakdown of Gary Oldman's marriage, but greatest living Englishman was Peter Cook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who died a matter of days after this piece came out.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, I remember that.
At least he got a chance to read it, which is important. But he's overdue a comeback, a celebration.
Yes.
This letter, the letters in this issue are some of them say that the address is given somewhere on the internet, which shows how up to speed we were. But it's this one I wanted to draw your attention to, Tim. Bear with me, quick change of glasses. He's referring to the Anna Friel interview.
Oh, yes.
And it says, after Tim Southwell's interview, what is this bloke like? Is he always on the pull or what? With interview questions like, how would you chat me up? It certainly looks like it. Did you ask Anna Friel that?
Can I just say in my defence?
There's very little.
No, well, I haven't got a defence, but the actual facts.
I'm only saying this because you also asked out Liz Hurley.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you literally? Because look, in that same issue, I interviewed Louise from Sleeper, the Brit.
Never mind that.
I never once asked her out, did I? I didn't say, look, what are you doing after the interviews?
Yeah, but I think probably you thought, well, you probably get to meet Louise Werner again. You'll find out if she likes you second time. I was thinking with Liz Hurley, he might not.
This is the last chance I'm ever going to get to speak with Liz Hurley.
Yeah,
which is just an appalling thought, actually.
Well, you know,
we can't approach women.
You were in Mila's flat rolling spliffs for her. Did you ask her out as well?
No, it's too scary.
He did something all over a Playboy, man.
But Anna Friel did actually kind of ask me out. she said to me, "Well,
you out?
shoes." Yeah, kind of.
Yes, you out.
Kind of. Yeah, she said, you know, maybe.
It's fastball. What?
Honestly, she won't remember this, right? But she said, you know, maybe you should come up here, you know, even when you're not working up here. When I was in.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. It's like something out of like Confessions of a Window Cleaner. Absolute. Anna Friel, if you're listening, don't worry, no one's taking this on board.
But Anna became a good pal with the magazine as well. She really, yes, she did. We used to go to the Reading Festival and stuff like that. She was good fun. That's all. Yeah, she's lovely, lovely girl.
Yeah,
well, woman now.
Let's knock at the door. That knock at the door. That's your wife again.
Let's get out of it. Okay. Have you got anything you want to talk about in the issue?
No, I'm speechless. You're
completely spent.
I'm absolutely
okay. Brilliant. That is this. Fantastic. That's the end of the show, and wonderful.
Bye-bye.
And it's been obviously slight challenge technically for us today because we're doing this remotely, and yeah, hopefully it's still enjoyable to watch and to listen to. And thank you, Kate, our producer, so much.
Thank you, Kate,
and Will also because we wouldn't have had a Scooby-Doo. And I'm really glad that my light turned up just in time. Anyway,
I think his brain the south has now got. When you get to the south, get you five.
Here's the thing. You have to read the thing.
Oh, please, guys, as well. Yeah, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and also comment. Every single comment you leave, we will reply to. We promise that faithfully. Yeah. And also, can you also go out and if you want to hear the real stuff about Loaded, Tim, over to you.
Oh, yes. I thought Bill was doing this. Never mind. Okay. Yeah,
did you write a book about it, Tim?
I wrote a book about it. Yeah, it's great. Apparently, yes. There's called Get Away with It. The inside story of Loaded. So if you want even more revelations and some of the stuff that we might not be able to say on air. I think we're pretty good at saying stuff on air, but there's tons more stuff in here. If you wanted to buy a copy
that I want taken out.
They're not in it.
Yeah, they're in it a lot.
We're in it.
Yeah. A lot of other people are in it as well that are actually quite good
to
read about. So yeah, go to timsouthpole.co.uk to get the book if you would like it. You can have it signed, or if you'd rather not ruin it, I'll leave it normal. But anyway, it's a great read, and I'm sure the chats will back it.
It is a great read.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.